All right, so I don't even know what to say. Google has done it again. Google has broke the internet when it comes to Pomelli, whatever you want to call it. So in this, I'm going to show you step by step on how you can generate insane assets for the price of goose eggs. So when we take a look, you can just go to labs.google.com/Pomelli. Technically, this is made for brands only to use. You could do it for whatever you want. You don't have to do whatever. You're going to get business DNA over here, campaign ideas, which we'll talk about, but whatever. But then creatives, which is really the sauce. It says to enter your website, so I'm gonna do a little bit of goalie action over here because I love me some goalie. So you put in your website, it's going to analyze your website, it's going to go to the website, it's going to look at your products, it's going to look at your tone of voice, it's going to look at your colorways, it's going to look at your example photos, it's going to look at a ton of stuff. And then it's going to fonts, hex codes, everything. And it's going to even pull images from the website, but you don't have to worry about that. The reason we're doing this, and you don't need to do this, you could just go right to Photoshoot, which is the new feature that they rolled out. But I figured I'd show you the whole sauce, the marinada. You want to see the whole thing. It's going to determine your aesthetic, again, your fonts, your tone of voice, everything from the website. So if you have a website with all this data on it, it's great because it's going to help you. It's going to pull the logo, all this jam. It says it takes about 10 minutes. You'll see over here I have the listings pulled up. Goalie's playing with some packaging over here, which, Johnny's always a fan of packaging. You guys know that. And if I take a look at the site, it's different assets over there. So we're gonna let this run. It's gonna take a minute or so. Probably should have done this before, but I wanted to show you the whole end-to-end kind of thing because it is hefty with what it does and what it actually pulls out of your site. So here, let me see. Goalie's a big company, so it has a huge website. So probably the smaller of the site you have and the less data that's on it, the less it has to take to scrape. So that's probably going to be it. So I'll probably crop this video so you don't have to sit here and watch me wait. I'm telling you, the bigger you, oh, there we go. Didn't have to wait long. So it's going to pull business DNA. So it's going to have goalie, logos, fonts. They use Gilroy, brand colors, brand values, tagline, innovative products that make taking your daily supplements simple and delicious, brand aesthetic, tone of voice, business overview, pull a ton of assets, right? So right off the rip, this is great. This is campaigns. I can make a whole nother video about campaigns. What this is going to do is just going to pull, if you want to make ads or slideshows or carousels, this will do it, but I don't care about that. I want to go into Photoshoot. This is the new jam. So inside Photoshoot, what it'll do is you can either generate a specific image or create a full product photo shoot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, sorry for clicking the ad, Goldie. I'm going to go to this image over here, save it, and then go over here. You can see it already has a ton of stuff in here, so you don't have to load it in. And I'll show you that in a second. Cool. So if it's not on your website, you can still pull it. So I'm going to pull this one in here. Then it's going to give you some examples of templates you could do. You can click on the little pencil and you're going to remove these. Now what you can do is you can pull in anything. So if it's beauty, general, consumable, right? So we'll do consumable. So we'll do floating, ingredients, and I don't know, we'll do someone using it. And then we'll do contextual. I want to show you this one in a second too. So let's say looks good, create a photo shoot. Now I screwed up because it's in 9 by 16. It always defaults to that. I have no idea why. Now, based on what the part of the photo shoot that you selected, that's the basis for the image it's going to generate, which is pretty slick. It says 3 minutes. It's not 3 minutes. It's a lot quicker than that. But you can see we have floating, we have ingredient, we have in use, and we have contextual. Now, there's even more secret sauce that comes down to this, which is insane. And that's seasonal merchandising. Pretty cool. How this is free, no clue. Couldn't tell you. So the reason why you load in your website is because it will give additional context about your product. So if you put the apple cider vinegar gummy, you didn't give it the website, you might not know like the flavor, the ingredients, what it's made of. So that's going to give you the additional context with that, which is really good to do. But if you can't, you can still use it without that kind of stuff. It just might hallucinate. I don't know. I guess it is being a little bit slow. Perfect. So see here, we have floating gummies and apple slices. We have some, I guess there's beetroot inside of it. Um, you have them holding this over here like this, and you have this like this. So you can see it's not exactly a heart shape, but that's fine. You could always tweak it over there. What you can do from here is you can abandon all this and say, go back. Now you see I kept it on story. I didn't put it on square 1 to 1, which is what you want for Amazon. So now what you can do is you can actually go back in here and deselect the ones that you selected. So deselect this, 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 this. The reason why I want to showcase this is, let me go back over here and pull an image from inside here, right? So they already have good existing images. So let's say we want to use this one for the super greens, but I want to keep it in a square 1 to 1. Now, what you can do is forget about all this crap. Now, this is seasonal merchandising. So now they have baked out for Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Halloween. So let's say we want to do a Halloween one over here. Let's say we want to do for this one, well, it's going to keep them all as Halloween. That's fine. So we'll do consumable Halloween. We'll do this Halloween, and we'll do this Halloween. So now you, for these major holidays, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Halloween, Christmas, I think Easter was one of them, you can seasonally merchandise every single photo you have with a couple of clicks and not even having to give a prompt. But there's even more sauce. There's layers to this sauce. So it's quicker than this. I think because everyone's using it. That's why I said it broke the internet. It's quicker than this, but it's still, even if it takes 2 minutes, some of it's less than a minute. Now remember, we did everything Halloween themed. So now what this is doing is taking this and it's making it Halloween themed. It's making it Halloween themed. It's making it Halloween themed. That's wild. Now, what I can do is you could even drill down further to this and you could say, okay, change her top to be orange. Now what it'll do is it'll allow you granular changes to what it's generated without having to reinvent the wheel. And it'll still keep the existing one. So you can see over here, change it to orange. And this, we could say, change the leaf to, I don't know. But now you have all these assets that you can download, add them to your business DNA, reuse them, do a ton of different things. So I can go back here, go back. I can keep this over here, but now instead of Halloween, I can do Mother's Day. So now everything's going to automatically kind of dynamically change to Mother's Day. So now if I'm running ads or if I'm doing an update to my stack or any of my assets and I want to change them for seasonal merchandising for these high high holidays, now it sounds religious, large shopping holidays, this makes it super easy to do. Now, this is all in Photoshoot. So this is where it's predetermined for these kind of things. You can select, but then you can still edit on top of them, which is wild. So now you could see very easily, we took the asset of the super greens from Goalie's website and merchandised it for Halloween. And now, okay, well, it's Mother's Day. Now we're going to easily merchandise them for Mother's Day and we are good to go. And the cool thing is you could click create a campaign, to run ad assets against it. So again, it's normally quicker than this. Perfect. So now, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Little Mother's Day thing over here for mom. If I went over here, I could hit use all 4 images in a campaign, and then I'll say, what kind of campaign do you want to make? So I want to do a campaign on super greens for mom. I don't know. There. So you can see it'll even give like suggestions. Your luckiest green habit. Um, so I guess that's talking about St. Patrick's Day. So that wasn't even one of them that was there. And it even gave you a campaign to run based on St. Patrick's Day. So you can see I could type in this over here, but let's say I just want to pick the St. Patrick's Day one, right? So inside here, it's going to give me all this. Your luckiest green habit, nutrient dense, flavorful. And again, you could say that that's not the exact bottle, or that's where you can drill down further and edit it, right? So you can download it, duplicate it. The cool thing is you could even inside here, you could animate it. So depending on what kind of ad type you want to do, you could have all this stuff here, which is actually pretty cool. And then you could even drill down into this and say animate without text. Or if you want to go over here, you can change what the header says, if the font is, not on brand or whatever it is, the size of it. So you can see over here, you can change all this kind of stuff, the description, the call to action for the ad, all this kind of stuff. So this animation thing over here, this usually sucks. It's not really good, but still something, right? So I don't care about that too much. So I'll go back over here and I just want to show you this. So this is the photo shoot with templates, but this is no templates. It creates 4 variations of it, and you can just put whatever you want. So I can put this in here. I could say, let me grab something from their site, show an image of the ingredients behind the bottle with text that says, eat so greens. Apparently you get rate limit, folks, but maybe you don't. Something's broken. But you can see here, still did this. Eat your greens. And it put that asset with greens behind it in a couple of different ways. And I think that is insanely slick. Even if you go back here and say, let's create another photo shoot and let's do it based on, I don't know, this one. And it's going to generate some templates. Did I hit my rate limit? I don't know. Let's see. I have. So who can use it? There is a rate limit on it. I just found that out now. Usage limits. You usually create several hundred images. Latency could just be because it's being used like crazy. But hey, switch your Google account. You make a million of them for free. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think this is an insanely good way of generating assets. But what do I know? Just a guy that plays with Canva.